Hey guys, it's Jessica Guillory here in Houston, Texas. I've actually, throughout the short time that I've done real estate, going on 4 years now, I've been asked by, friends, family, past clients that are interested in, starting a business in real estate. So they'll reach out to me and they'll ask, hey, what do I got to do to get the ball rolling? Because I think I'd be really good at it, yada, yada, yada. And, real estate is a really good business. It is not an easy business, but it is a really good, it's very, there's a lot of ups and downs, and it is a very rewarding career. I will tell you that. Um, and when I say rewarding, I say that because um, if you're in it for the right reasons, then it can be very rewarding. Me personally, I like to help people. Um, it's not an easy job, and for me, just seeing the smile on a first time home buyer's face, knowing that, hey, we just bought a house that we didn't think we were able to buy. Or, someone who, needed to sell their home, who was in a, very stressful situation due to finances or things that life happens. And, to be able to, kind of assist them and help them in, reaching the goal, which is to either buy or sell a house. That's always rewarding. And, for the most part, it's not necessarily like super, super challenging, but I to each its own. Um, but I kind of wanted to give, someone out there who is thinking about being a real estate agent, or is just looking for maybe, someone's opinion, because what I'm going to share on here is my opinion from my experiences, from, my day to days and what I go through as an agent from the beginning to where I am right now. Every agent is different. Every person, their reasonings are different. I'm speaking from my personal experience, totally my opinion. But I just wanted to share it because throughout the years, I've had people ask me. So I figured, I know there's a lot of people. I know when I was looking to be a real estate agent, I didn't know where to start. And I had no even, I'm not that techie, guys. Even when y'all see some of my videos and stuff, I don't have all the gadgets. I don't have like all the special lighting that some agents do, that some YouTubers do, or whatever. It's just I I'm not that great at it. So I use what I know. I know I got to practice a little bit more, but I do the best that I can with what I got. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I wish that I would have done a little more research when I got started into real estate. I love it. Um, and I did do some research. I did read, I Googled a lot. I had made sure I had money saved, all kinds of stuff, right? But I just kind of want to give you a little bit of my story on how I got here, and for somebody else out there who is thinking about, starting a career in real estate. Anyways, so I was in oil and gas for 10 years, and I really thought that I was going to be in the industry forever. I thought I was going to, I knew that I wouldn't be at the same company probably for the rest of my career. I knew that I would possibly move a couple of times, just because, oil and gas in Houston, Texas is so volatile. It changes all the time. When it's great, it's great. When it's not so great, it's tough. So, so like I said, I was in, oil and gas for 10 years. I loved my job. I loved the people that I worked with. I loved the company that I was with. My boss was the best. It was a family to me. And unfortunately, things happened. The industry, changed, and things happened with the company that I was with. And um, lo and behold, there were tons of layoffs, and I was laid off, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was shocked. I was scared because I'd been there, since I was young. I think I was 20. I was 24. I think I was 24 when I started working with this company. I mean, I was young. And, 10 years later, I'm thinking, I've kind of moved my way up in the company, and um, what am I going to do? um, I knew that I would not find a company like the one that I used to work for. And that scared me because I was so used to being in a place where you mattered. Um, and you were someone, like they knew your name. Everyone was genuine. Um, it was like I said, it was a family. So for me, leaving was very difficult, and starting over was hard. Um, so I decided to take some time off, and really think about what it is that I wanted to do. So I got laid off early, at the beginning of 2017. Yeah, early 2017. And I took a month and a half, almost 2 months off, and to really think about what I was going to do. Real estate was something that was always on my mind for many, many years. I saw it more from an investment standpoint. And but then I thought, why not? My husband suggested that perhaps, this might be something that, I would like to do. And he was going to fully support me. Um, and so I did some research and decided, you know what, I think I can do this. I feel like I'm a people person. Um, I like to be around people. Um, tend to be a, I tend to be a, I guess, people pleaser, some people call it. I'm working on that though. I'm learning how to say no sometimes, and I've gotten better. But I mean, it's part of who I was, and I've just have to learn to say no is not necessarily a bad thing. Anyways, so that's that. So I did my research, did the classes, went to school, did it straight, and got my license. I thought I had researched enough, but I feel like I could have done a little more research. So, um, what I would suggest to someone that is wanting to start their real estate career is to really call, friends and family that are already in real estate. Start networking. Get involved, like join, real estate panel. You don't have to be a real estate agent to, join these groups, or reach out to someone for advice. Um, I mean, what I should have done was start following real estate agents, start looking at their YouTube channels, start really, reaching out and doing more of a, not necessarily an interview, but like, find an agent that is nice enough and patient enough that is willing to lend you maybe 15 to 30 minutes of their time to kind of give you some of their um, some of their tips on, why they became real estate agents, how it's worked out for them, the struggle that they have to go through, um, and so that when you make this decision, you know that it's the right decision for you, and then you're prepared. Like I said, I thought I was prepared, so I had, you know money saved. I had my severance package, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna get into real estate. I have money saved. I have enough to get me through, a year, 7 months to a year, that I don't have to work and I can really focus on real estate. And so I did my classes, you paid for the school, went there, I interviewed with a few brokers, and I picked the broker that I wanted to be with. Um, I am not, um, I do not regret the choices that I made starting for a starting agent, simply because I feel that the brokers that I chose were a good fit for me as a starting agent. Um, Now I feel like I have had enough experience, enough exposure, and I've learned a lot that I've branched out to some a brokerage that's a more independent. But when I get people that are wanting to be agents ask me, "Hey, who do you recommend?" I'm honest with them. I always say pick, and this is my opinion. I always say pick a broker that's going to offer you some hand holding, that's going to offer you training, that's going to offer you, that one on one, that support, that office space that you might need, unlimited printing that you might need, um, continuing classes that kind of help you with you building your business. Because at the end of the day, this is your business, and if you can't treat it like a business and you want to treat it like a 9 to 5, it's not going to work. Um, and you have to get yourself out of that mindset. That was really difficult for me because I worked corporate 9 to 5, for years. And so now you're telling me that I have to work like all hours of the week. Weekends are not mine anymore. And, sometimes I'm up 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning working on a contract. Um, but when it's your business and you treat it like your business, you're going to make money. It's when you try to give yourself those limitations and, oh, you have that 9 to 5 mindset, it's not going to work. So, that's one of the things is that, that's another question that I get asked is, what's your schedule like? And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Your schedule is going to be what you make it. My schedule is what I'm going to make it. When I first started out, my schedule was open. I got a call. I was getting up. It didn't matter if I was sitting at the dinner table. It didn't matter if I was, you know, at a lunch with a friend, and all of a sudden I get a call that a potential client needs a house shown. My butt was getting up, and I was going. And because I didn't know really how to time manage, like the time management is, how to really work, um, how to, be on a schedule. I just saw dollar signs and I gotta go hustle. Um, but I wasn't time managing. What's it, that's how you say it? I wasn't managing my time properly, and I didn't learn that until 2 years in. But anyways, we'll touch on that. But it's when you first start off, you're hungry. You're hungry, and you want to, you want to you'll get any business. I don't care. Send them my way, and of course you have to. You got to hustle. I mean, you got to grind in this business, and if you don't, there's 10,000 agents waiting for that buyer or that listing. So you really got to be on point. Um, and make sure that you follow through with with those people that you come in contact that are seeking your services. But for me it was like, okay, getting out of that 9 to 5 mindset. Okay, what do I wish this is what I wish I would have researched: how to run my own business financially. And if I would have done that, then I think I would have prepared myself a little better. I would have possibly tried to save a little more, or maybe not spend on certain things, real estate related, and kind of save that for, trying to stretch my funds, a little more, so that I could, in essence, do what it is that so I wasn't in a bind, right? So financially, get yourself in a place to where you understand how to run a business. Take an accounting class. Maybe, and you know what I mean? It's not like you got to go back to college. I mean, there are courses that you could take online on how to manage your business, and how to grow your business. Learn like the basic steps of, you know, tracking your expenses, um, your mileage, how to save for your taxes from every sale, every transaction that you close on. That's really important. So know what deductions you can have. You can use what you can use for deductions. I mean, there's tons of things that I wish I would have known. I left so much money on the table, guys. It's ridiculous. Um, but that's just, that's that 9 to 5 mindset. I didn't know how to run a business. And you have to treat this like a business. And in just like any other startup business, it doesn't matter if you're fresh out of college, you're gonna start your own, I don't know, whatever career. I don't care if you're, a lawyer starting your own firm, or if you're, you know, a vet starting your own veterinary clinic, if you're a, you know, what do you call them? Uh, Therapists, starting their own business, even something as simple, and I say simple, and it's not simple, guys, but something like a what do you call them? I'm having a brain fart moment right now. Um, those people that go help you work out, a trainer. God, I'm telling you, I'm having a moment right now. When someone is trying to start up a business, restaurant, bakery, um, uh, you know, event planning company. The first 2 3 years are freaking tough because one, you got to build up your clientele. You got to get out there, and you're going to spend money on marketing. You're going to spend money on all of the resources that you need to run a business. Whether it's websites, again, goes hand in hand with all of your marketing. Um, Getting out there, meeting people, that means time that you're going to be spending and not getting paid, money that you're going to be spending on marketing and you're not going to see any returns on it, um, money that you're going to spend on gas, and you're not going to have any returns, yet you're building your business. This is the same thing. This is no different. You got to get out there, you got to grind, you got to hustle, and it's going to cost you money. So that's why I say you have to have not only money saved for your expenses. If you have a spouse that has your, double income, that's great. And, that helps. But not everybody has that luxury. There are a lot of single real estate agents that I know that had to figure this out. And so when I say you need to have money saved, you need to have money saved for a good year, that if you don't have anything coming in real estate wise, you're set. You know that your bills are going to get paid, your car is going to get paid, you got food on the table, and that your mortgage is going to get paid. So you don't want to touch that. You want to make sure that you have money saved for that. At least 6 months. But I mean, if you can have more, yes, that's great. Um, but then you also want to have a little nest that is going to be your real estate money. This is a savings account for your real estate marketing, for your broker fees, for your gas, um, for printouts that you might have. You have to order business cards. You have to order, your writers for your on your cars. You have to order your signs when you have a listing, and this stuff. Again, it is not cheap. It is expensive, and when you have money designated for that, and you're not touching this over here that is for your living, that are your living expenses, you're already ahead of the game. That's going to help you a lot. And then of course, every time you have a closing, which is when when you've sealed the deal, a portion of that goes into, I have 3 accounts. Portion of that goes into my personal account. A portion goes into my real estate marketing account, and then a portion goes into another savings account that's for taxes. Because when you get your paycheck, when you close, they don't take taxes out of this. This is another thing. Get out of that 9 to 5 mentality where they already take taxes out, your federal, your withholdings, um, you know, your social security, like all that stuff. No, they don't take, you're getting it all up front. It is your responsibility to put money aside. I do 30%. 30% of whatever it is that I get goes into a savings account. And I'd rather, I always do a little, go above and beyond a little bit just to make sure that I don't miss anything. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I split it really 3 ways. 30% goes into marketing, 30% goes into my savings for my taxes, and 40% goes into my account. This is my money. I'm going to spend it how I see fit. Um, so I learned how to kind of position things in a certain way, and I'm still getting a little better at it. I'm trying to reallocate things just so they work a little better for me. But that's how I started off doing it. So, anyways, so you got to treat this again. You got to treat this real estate career as a business. This is you. This is your business. Nobody's gonna make sure you wake up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's gonna make sure that you're putting in your 8 to 10 hours. No one is gonna be making sure that you're following up on leads. No one is gonna do anything for you. You've got to do this yourself, and unless you plan, you're not gonna make it. And that was a tough pill for me to swallow, y'all, because I was used to a 9 to 5. I was used to getting into the office and I had someone telling me what it is that I needed to do and I did it. That's what I was used to. So kind of trying to undo all of that and have a more of a um, you know, a business mindset. Go, now it's helped a lot. Um, so there's that. Take a few courses online. They have like just business YouTube it, y'all. The YouTube, Google is your best friend and it's for free. Tips on how to, run a business. I don't care. Just Google it. And you'll find something. We are in an age right now where everything is at your fingertips. And I wish I'd have known that a few years back. But anyways, that's one of my, advice to you. The second thing that I would like to touch on is um, a broker, choosing a broker. I always recommend going with a broker that offers, services to a new agent. And like I said, that's training, hand holding, that kind of stuff. You have someone that kind of helps you, walks you through the whole documents, how to do things legally, what you need to do, what you shouldn't be doing. Because I felt for me, the first year I was still really nervous. I was still really nervous and I was scared to touch a contract. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing anything that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I just, if I was with a smaller firm, I would have had to have learned things the hard way. Um, so here's the thing, and people and agents will, I mean, not agents, pe- people wanting to get into real estate will ask me, well, I mean, what did you, why, why would you choose this one over this one if you're going to get more money with this brokerage? And I said, well, the reason I chose this brokerage was, yes, they get to keep more of my commission, but what they offer me, I can't get over here. And I did my research on that, which is why I did not make that mistake that a lot of agents make, and they just see dollar signs and go with the brokerage that gives them more money, lets them keep more money, but really doesn't offer much in return. That is one thing that I will say that I did research, and I made sure that the firm that I went with was the best fit for me as a new agent. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of seasoned agents that are with these firms and they're killing it, guys. And when I tell you they're killing it, they are freaking thebomb.com. I mean, they are really, really good. And, but, for me, I was okay with, kind of starting off somewhere big, and, giving them a little bit more of my money. And, and I learned to love what I do. There are a lot of agents that will go with a smaller firm that offers no support, and it leaves such a bad taste in their mouth that they just want to give up. And I'm like, hell no. I just spent a shit ton of money on my classes, a shit ton of money on marketing. No, I'm going to see this through. So I'm that type of person that if I start something, I'm going to finish it. Um, or I'm going to, just keep pushing. So I didn't want to set myself up and do that because I had read so many different blogs and, on the research that I've done about agents who don't make it because of that. So I didn't want to set myself up for failure. So, nor disappointment either. So, I picked, and I'm not going to talk about who I've been with, but I picked a brokerage that was a big name brokerage, and I love them. I love them. I was with them for a little bit over a year, maybe right at a year. I think right at a year I was with them. I interviewed four. I interviewed four, and it was down to two. These were neck and neck and neck. And but I ended up choosing, the first brokerage that I was with, for my own personal reasons, and I loved it. I loved it. I was there for a year. I learned so much. I met so many wonderful people, and the support that they offered was unreal. Um, I loved it. And then after about that first year, I did okay. For a new agent, I did okay. And I want to say I probably sold, I'm not going to lie to y'all guys. I'm going to give y'all, I sold about 7 to 9 houses, something like that. 7, 8, or 9 houses, which was okay, which was pretty okay for someone who was just starting off. And so that's what, like a house a month, almost a house every month and a half. So for me, it was just like, okay, I was getting my feet wet, everything was good. Mind you, I still had, my savings. I spent so much money, guys, that on marketing that I wish I hadn't. We're gonna touch on that next. Um, but I I did okay. I did. I was proud of myself. I had a goal of 10, and I know I got really close, but I didn't quite, get what I meet my goal of 10 houses that my first year. So that was that. And then I felt like I had gotten at least my feet wet. I've gotten some experience. I've gotten to, to rub elbows with, um, um, seasoned agents, and I got to learn a lot, and I was ready. I was in was given the opportunity to join another brokerage who was also a big named broker, but I was going to be able to keep more of my commission, and I had already come to know a lot of the agents that worked there as well, that worked for that, well, that were with that brokerage. When you're in real estate, you cross with other agents. It doesn't matter what brokerage they're with. You could be with a Keller Williams, you could be with a Coldwell Banker, you could be with a Doug Erdy, JLA Realty, you could be with Better Homes and Gardens, you could be with, I mean, there are so many. There are so many out there, and those are just to name a few. Um, so you get to meet them, and you get to form relationships with them. We'll touch on the next thing also. But anyways, um, I had already known some of the agents, and this particular firm that I was given the opportunity to move to, um, I that was the other firm that I had, the other brokerage that I had was considering, that was neck and neck with my first choice initially. So I moved with them, and I learned even more. Um, and being with them, I that year that I was with them, closed 12 deals. So I surpassed what I had done the year before. No, I think it was, wait, I'm I'm lying. I did 10. I did my 10. That was my initial goal. I kept that same goal and I got that and I met my goal. Um, and when I met my goal that year, it was my price, the price margin of the homes that I sold were higher. They weren't, they were, the cost of the homes were more than the first year that I did. So in terms of, let's say you sell a $150,000 house, let's say you sell five of them, but you sell five $300,000 houses. I mean, it's a substantial difference. So, anyways, so the price range in the homes that I sold were higher, which was great. Um, and then so I was with them for a year, and then I am where I am now. And I am with a small brokerage. Um, and it is my broker is my one of my really 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 good friends, and we work well together. And she's actually the reason why I decided to come into real estate. Um, but anyways, she's been my backbone. She Even when I wasn't working with her, I can always call her, and if she didn't know the answer, she was gonna find out for me. So you build relationships in this business, really. So I'm with her, and a lot of people ask me, well, why would you go with, why would you leave, this big name broker to go with, a smaller broker? For me, I have reached a point um, in my real estate, I guess, career. You can say I haven't been in it long, but for me, the time that I was with the two previous brokers, I learned how to market online. I learned how to, uh, you know, pretty much sell myself, sell my services. And after looking back, I realized that every single one, except for two, except out of all of the transactions that I have closed on, all but two I found on my own. Um, these two, one, I had my very first transaction was a lease. That was a referral. My second transaction, my second transaction that I got with the second broker, it was also a lease. And we pick up the phones and we're answering. We call it desk time. But I got two. Those were the only two referrals that I got through these brokers that I was with, and I realized I'm who these people want to work with. Every person that I've been with, every deal that I've closed, it's because I found them. They found me on Instagram. It's because they saw a video or a post of an open house that I did on Facebook. It's because it was a referral. It's a friend of a friend or your family's. I've closed three homes for three family members. Um, I've um, I've I've gotten referrals from friends of mine or past coworkers of mine who say, "Hey, Jessica, I know you're a real estate agent. I have a cousin who's looking to buy. She doesn't have an agent. Would you be interested?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, send them my way." And so that's really how that's how I've gotten all my business. So I thought to myself, okay, well, if that's where I'm getting the bulk of my business is by me marketing myself, then maybe it's time for me to go with a smaller brokerage, um, and be able to keep a lot more of my commission, and um, be able to really brand myself. Um, but at that point I was ready because with my contracts, I was very comfortable with contracts. I had been through multiple closings, different scenarios, and I was comfortable to get out on my own. And I knew that I was going to be okay because I knew enough and I was educated enough and I've done enough, I had closed enough transactions to feel comfortable and confident that I didn't need the hand holding or the help anymore. So I moved. And to be honest with you, and again, this video is all based on my opinion. For me, it was the best move I could have made. Um, I love where I'm at. Um, my broker and I, we work great together. We're friends before anything, before business, we're friends. And she's got my back, I got her back, and I just love it. I love where I'm at. So that's my second year. I was at my second brokerage. So for the third year, actually, I was with my second broker for a year and a half. And so the year in the beginning of the following year, which was the beginning of last year, 2019, I mid 2019, I had already closed for that year 5 transactions with my previous broker. And then I decided to make the switch. So when I made the switch that year, that same year, I ended up closing on, I think it was 14 transactions that year, which was last year. I did pretty good. That was a combination of closings and sales and leases. So I did pretty good last year, and and then this year, we got COVID, and for me, this year has been a really challenging year. Um, I have not I have not met my goal. I am far off from where I should have been. But long story short, it all boils down to you're going to make as much as you put into this business. And I just did this year, I just did not have the drive, and I just did not have the motivation. And I think just a lot of people are just in a funky state. And but I'm back. I'm back in full force, and 2021, baby, is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to 2021. I'm ready to close 2020. I want you to be out the door like yesterday. But anyways, so that's how I am where I'm at. I went from a big broker to now a very small broker. And I love it. And I love it, and it's this is the best fit for me. Now, I there are agents that have been doing real estate for 15, 20, 30 plus years that are with these big name brokers. And hey, they when you're in that status where you sell so much, your commission split with those big brokers is a lot better compared to someone who doesn't really make enough sales to kind of get that break. That we'll touch on that, on another video. But anyways, that's how I chose my broker. Um, and then the other question that I get asked is time. I always ask them when I get someone ask me, well, Jessica, I really want to, I want to try something different. I feel like I, need more time for myself. I want to be, kind of my own boss, and that's all great and dandy, and kudos to you for wanting to do that. Um, but when I hear someone tell me, well, I really want to spend more time with my kids. I want to be able to, you know, have more time for my family and have more time for, to do my hobby, what is my passion, and da da da. I just like, because real estate is very time consuming, y'all. If you are looking to get into real estate, um, and because you want to spend more time with your children, I hate to say this, but most people want to see houses on the weekends because they're working. Most people want to see houses in the evenings because they're working. Most people work a 9 to 5. So while the kids are at school, you were hoping to be showing homes. You were hoping to be able to be working while your kids are at school, and then when they get home, you'll be home. But that is not the case. Um, when your kids get home from school, you want to spend time with them. But that's usually when the other families, whether they're looking to schedule a listing appointment or whether they want to schedule some tours to look at some homes, they schedule them after 3 o'clock most of the time, and usually on the weekends. So you've got to really ask yourself, are you willing to commit to sacrificing your time to do that? Because that's the only way that you're going to grow your business. And if you're not, then this may not be the career for you. I'm not saying it's going to be like that always. I've gotten to a point now where I can juggle my calendar a bit better. If I have something planned for the weekend, whether it's a mini vacation or a I don't know, a party, a family gathering, girl time with my girlfriends, um, I put myself first now. But I had to sacrifice that the first couple of years. Like I said, I could be having brunch with my friends and be like, hey guys, I'm running late because I have some showing, so I'll show up like halfway in, or I gotta leave early because I gotta show some properties. Um, so I'm only halfway, half the time, and it sucked. It really, really sucked, but I had to remember that it's just temporary. This is like any other business that you're trying to get jump start. You've got to put in the time, and I did, and I have, and I still do. I still do, but I just feel that my time now. I've learned how to manage my time better. So, but I will tell y'all, if you're looking for this to be a 9 to 5 business, it's not. It's not. People call you um, after hours while you're sitting at the dining room table having dinner with your family, while you're in the middle of cooking, while you're in the middle of just getting out of the shower and thinking you're about to go to bed, and you get a call. Um, I mean, it was tough. It was a very hard pill for my husband to swallow, also because I was constantly on my phone, constantly, checking my emails, um, um, trying to market, trying to send out, mail outs, trying to send out emails to my friends, to, past, clients. Hey, I'm here. I'm an agent. Don't forget about me. Send business my way. Um, you got to keep doing that. And, it does take time away from your family. Um, but if you hustle hard the first couple of years, I mean, when I say hustle, I mean hustle, get it, grind, give before you even start, have that talk with your husband if you're married. Have that talk with your children if they're old enough to understand, and say, hey, look, mama's going to get this, mama's going to work hard, and I am going to get us in a better position. I'm doing this for us. Give me 2 years. And 2 years of, look, I'm probably going to miss a couple of games. I'm probably going to miss, some weekend time with y'all, some homework time. Dad, you're probably going to have to help with some of that. Or you're going to have to help with dinner. You're going to have to help with, that sort of thing. If y'all go in as a team, it will work. It will definitely work. But if you want this business to take off, you got to put in the time. And I would hate for someone to go in blind, and think I'm going to have all the time, I'm going to have time for my family, have time, and then spend all of this money and then just be stressed, or have the kids, tell you, Mom, we miss you, or Mom, why aren't you here? Or or the husband saying, hey, look, I need help, or why is, I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen, and it does get stressful. So I luckily for me, my son's grown. He was in his last year of high school. Actually, he was in his junior year, the second half of junior year, when I started real estate. So he was already on his own, driving himself to school, feeding himself. Like, I mean, it was easy. And then, my husband was amazing, and he kind of picked up the load, and he helped me with dinner. He helped me, meal prep. I had a really good team in my corner. So I really think that that really has helped me a lot and has helped me to kind of grow in this business. So definitely think about that when it comes to your reasoning as to why you want to get started in real estate. And then the other thing that I want to touch on is this is one thing that I was not prepared for, and that is there is a lot of drama, y'all, in real estate. Um, I don't understand it. Um, I love working with people. Um, I feel like I have the patience for this career. And I just, I'm all about making friends and, trying to make the transaction as smoothly as possible. Um, it's just, I'm all about helping out. And I've learned the hard way that not every agent has that same mindset. And I don't know, my walk my walking day to day in real estate is totally different from the agent next door. um, they may be struggling with something that that I can't understand. They may have, experiences in their walk through real estate that I haven't gone through, or that I haven't, experienced. Therefore, my outlook on certain things are different. But for me, it was really learning to let things just kind of, slide. You're going to get shot down a lot. You are going to reach out to those who mean the most to you and still get turned down for business, and it hurts when when you have a friend who doesn't use you for real estate, when you have a family member that's close to you that doesn't use you for real estate, when you have, acquaintances who you thought, you can count on to help you build your business, and it hurts. But we got to remember also, everybody has a reason for choosing someone else, and I learned to not take it personal. I'm at a point in my life right now where it's like I would rather salvage a friendship or a family relationship and not even go there and say, hey, look, if good luck. I would love to help you, but I understand if you choose somebody else, girl, go for it. Like, cousin, go for it. Sister, go for it. I no, I scratched that. Sisters, no. My sisters, that is the one and only that I'm gonna be pissed if my parents and my sisters do not use me. We're gonna fight. But anybody else, it's kind of like, you know what? To each its own. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I know that the service that I offer my clients is top notch. I stay up late. I get up early. I have gotten down on my hands and knees and have cleaned a house with my client because she could not afford to hire a cleaning company, and she needed to get her house ready for cleaning. And when I tell you that I don't do this always, y'all, but every once in a while I will run across a client that they just touch me. It's just whether it's a situation that they're going through, their circumstances that really, really touch my heart and soul. And all I want to do is just help them. And if that means me getting on my hands and knees and helping them clean, grout, and if it means me helping them pack to declutter, if it means me having to take my husband to take our pressure washer to help pressure wash the brick on the outside to make sure that their house looks good, I'm going to do what I have to do. And that's what I mean is you learn along the way that when you make this your business, you are going to put in every single sweat, every tear, every power, every ounce of you into it because it's yours. And I'm passionate about real estate because I I love it. And when I got into it, I've learned so much, but I have had people in my corner like pushing me. I've had cheerleaders. My girlfriends are the best. I have one girlfriend that she's always, she's always on me, and she's always giving me like really, she pumps me up and makes me feel like a boss. And you need that in this business to help you keep pushing forward. Um, but anyways, back to what I was talking about. It's you're gonna get into you're gonna come across a lot of agents who don't do things the same way you do, and it's going to be hard for you to understand, why are you so rude to me, or why are you so rude, at, we're trying to we're in this. The way I see it is, you have a seller who you need to sell their house. I have a buyer who's buying. Y'all have accepted our contract. Let's seal this deal. There's no reason to be rude. There's no really reason to be catty. There's no reason. I mean, some of the things that you go through with some agents, it's ridiculous. But like I said, through the time that I've been in real estate, I have learned to let things just roll right off. So, so you're gonna have to learn, if you don't already have thick skin, you're gonna learn how to get some thick skin. Um, and what else? What else? So I've talked about, doing some research. Make sure you got your finances in order. It does cost money to build a business, just like any other business. You got to spend money to make money. You've got to have money saved for your marketing. There are a lot of free things that you could do out there, and I didn't take advantage of them because I didn't know. That's one thing that I did not research was, how do I market myself for free? Yes, you're going to have a lot of people reaching out to you, wanting to help you with your marketing, wanting to help you with this. You can pay me and I'll do this. No. Get yourself, spend really good money. Do not go cheap when it comes to taking your headshots. Yes, you can take a selfie with a camera. Yes, you might have take get professional headshots, guys. They're not cheap, but when I tell you, when you print your picture on any of your marketing stuff, whether it's on your web, whether you do web marketing or whether you do print marketing, because you have those professional pictures and the images are just so great, they print beautifully. The lighting is great. And then the same thing with your web. With your web marketing, when you take really good headshots, it shows you look professional. Spend money on that. Okay, if there's one thing because you're gonna use those pictures on your marketing material, you're gonna use those pictures on your business cards, you're gonna use those pictures on your rider that goes on your car, you're gonna use those pictures on your sign that goes in the yard. I mean, so that's part of your marketing money. Spend it on that. Then I would say, try to find as many of these free platforms. I started using Canva. Canva is really great for designing your marketing material. They have a lot of real estate stuff on there. I use the free version, and I liked it so much that I had to sign up, and it's like $12 a month, and I use it. I use it for flyers. I use it for my Facebook banners. I use it on my Instagram. I use that shit on everything, guys. And then I have partnered with a title company that does some of my printing for me, because, I've built a relationship with them, from closings that I've had. I mean, you have to ask. You have to ask and try to save that marketing money. Save it. Only spend it on things that you know that you cannot get for free. Facebook marketing. These are your platforms. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm starting to now use it. I'm still not that great at it. I'm only good at it when I'm doing it with my dog. But as far as real estate stuff, I still really haven't done anything. I don't know how to work it. I'm still learning. I gotta YouTube that later. How to use TikTok. I use Snapchat. Because here's the thing, your audience today is, it's just, you have all types of people. You have your millennials that use, you know, some Facebook and Instagram, and then you have, your newer generation, your younger generation that uses Snap and TikTok, but they're starting to get into that age to where, hey, they're thinking about leasing and buying. They're on their own. So, you've really got, in order for you to grow your business, you can't just do one thing. You're going to have to learn to diversify, and you're going to have to learn it all. And that's where I struggle, because I am not that great with technology, but I'm learning how to use it. I've had my YouTube channel for a long time, and I do videos on Facebook. I do Facebook Live. I do Instagram. I do Snap. I'm like, why am I not using my YouTube channel? Because YouTube is a whole nother platform. And it's free, guys. It's free. So use it to your advantage. Um, but yeah, I mean, really, it's really trying to really find a broker that fits for you. Do your research. Obviously, pay for your courses, get licensed, and don't wait to get, if you're not going to do real estate, in 2 months, and you're taking the classes, and you're like, oh, it's because I want to start it, middle of next year. Don't do the classes, because you will forget what you learned, and then when it's time for you to take your test and get your license, that shit's out the window. So when you're ready to take your exam and hang up your license at a broker, do your courses then. Um, and make sure to take your test right after you finish your classes, because it's still fresh. So classes, brokers, marketing, what to do, what not to do with marketing, use all the free stuff before you spend your own money. Um, and, the cattiness of real estate, um, ups and downs of it. Always, always, always do not spend the money. When you have closed on a house, people are, guys, I cannot tell you how many agents I've run across, and the deal that we had has fallen through, and they are so upset because they had already spent this money that they thought they were getting. Do not spend your money until that money is in your hand. Your check is in hand. You can go cash it. Then you can go, don't plan on using it, because I have seen transactions fall through the day of closing at the closing table. Believe it or not, shit happens, guys. So that's I did not learn that the hard way, because I had heard horror stories of what can happen at the on closing day. But do not spend money you do not have. Okay. Okay. Good. So that is my rant for today. I know it's long, but I just kind of just wanted to share my opinion on, what it's like to be a real estate agent. Um, tips on, tips that can help someone who's looking to be an agent. The best thing I could tell you is just to do research, 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 and I love it. This was the best decision I could have made. Um, I've met a lot of people along the way. I've made friends through the process. Um, I had a friend build, one of my clients who is a really good friend of mine now. Um, you know, make me something for my home. I have another client who I closed with, who her husband is an amazing carpenter. He made me this beautiful, um, it's like a cooler. Um, it's nice, y'all. He made it for me. Um, and I had another client of mine who bought me a really nice watch that I was very impressed. But, it's not to say that, it's all about, but when you know that you've touched someone in a way to where they are so thankful that they get you something, because I'm usually the one that shows up to closing with a gift. Whether it's a gift card, whether it's a basket, I put together or had made for them. I try to, have something special for every single one of my clients when we seal the deal. And I don't look at it as to what's in it for me, because for me, you gave me your business. That speaks volumes, and that to me is a big compliment for you to have chosen me. But for someone to still go above and beyond and give me a gift, or make me something, or treat me to drinks, or it's just kind of like, it's nice. It really is nice to feel like this was more than a transaction. And I see you guys more than just a client. We've become friends. So it's very rewarding. When I tell you that real estate for me has been one of the most rewarding um, things I've done, I do, because I've worked with buyers and sellers of all walks of life. I mean, from someone struggling to pay, their mortgage, so they need to sell their house, and before they foreclose, to someone who is downsizing from $500,000 house. um I've been through it all. I've been through divorces. I'm through a couple of divorces, not myself. I mean, through my clients. I've been through some of those transactions. I've been through some where there it's an inheritance, it's someone passed, and that's every transaction is different, but I've seen it all, and I know I have yet to see more. But anyways, it's a very rewarding career. There's never a dull moment, and you just make sure you got to be on point, follow up with your clients, and you are you are a walking billboard of your business. So that's pretty much all I got to say about my take on what someone really needs to kind of understand and know when getting into real estate. It's my opinion. Um, I mean, you can take my advice or not. It's up to you. I'm just ranting on my YouTube page today. So, guys, I hope, if it benefited someone. If it did, great. I'm an email away. Jessica@jessicagillery.com. Um, phone call. If I don't recognize your number, I probably won't answer, and I'll leave a message. I always respond to voicemails, unless it's like a sales call. But we get so many cold calls now that it's almost like, every 1 out of 5 calls is an actual call. The other 5, it's junk. So I just let it go to voicemail. And if somebody leaves a message, I always return a call. So yeah, Jessica@jessicagillery.com. Or I'm on Facebook under Jessica Guillory Real Estate. And I am on Instagram under Jessica Guillory Realtor. And I am on Snap. I have not merged my Snap to be a real estate Snap yet. So it's under, JMR underscore 1981. I need to change the name because it really, come on, I'm a realtor. I need to you know, make it flow with my other stuff. But yeah, so I mean, I'm easy to get a hold of. Or you can always, just respond here on YouTube, and, I'll look at any messages and respond. Again, this is just my opinion about what I go through, and, I love it. And I hope that you make the right decision for yourself and your family. And at the end of the day, make sure you're going to get out of this business what you put into it. And that's it. You guys have a great afternoon. Talk to you later.